Right, okay, so this is the night before the big Kilimanjaro hike, and the team are all gathered round the weighing scales. So basically our bags can't weigh more than 15 kilograms because the porters are not allowed to carry them. So we're trying to fit everything in, and everything else we've got to carry in our day sacks. So this is a record of what we've actually got. So who's that? Whose bag's that? Max's? What's it say, Max?
13.35.
13.35, okay. He gets a... Jack was worried, his was weighed 16 before. What is it?
13.2.
13.2. Who's going next?
I'm chuck someone's stuff around. Yeah. Feel like heavy.
No, you don't weigh it down, lean on it.
11.4.
Oh, right.
That's more than
put yours on then, Ad.
Just the leader in the clubhouse.
Yeah. That's
10.5.
oh, even less. Right, mine now. Eh?
This is like that.
Is it light? You think so?
11.3.
Way! So we're all in, and are we looking forward to the start of the big trip tomorrow?
Yeah, we're a bit ill.
Oh yeah, Max is ill, unfortunately, but the rest of us are cooking on gas. So it's lunchtime. We're currently at Lava Tower. So yesterday's well, so we went to the roof room, but we're actually going to Lava Tower. So it's the highest point today, and we're at 4,600 meters. So we stayed here for 2 hours for acclimatization. Had a hot lunch in the tent there, guys, and now we're about to descend to the camp for tonight, and that will be about 2.5 hour descent. But you can see Kilimanjaro above us.
Anything to add, Jack? How's it been today?
It's quite a tough session this morning.
It was. Yeah, the altitude is quite tough. We get pressure on the head.
Yeah, altitude taking it strain.
So we'll see how it goes.
A bit of different terrain as well, very open, very windy, which we haven't seen. There's no trees up at this high. So yeah, a little bit different, but I'm sure
we've all made it this far.
Yeah,
all 16
feels
of
like
us.
we're on a different planet now.
Got the lava tower here. Pretty big. Anything to offer, Max? How's your day been?
Yeah, it's been topsy-turvy, I would say. Didn't sleep well last night. I had a bit of a leakage, let's say, in the tent. So, not really eating much today, if you kind of catch my drift. But, good hike, to be fair. Feeling good, so ready for the rest of the day.
Nice.
Don't need to get much.
Go.
Morning from day 4. Yesterday was a pretty
There's
tough.
Max.
Yesterday
Comes out of the toilet.
Yesterday was a pretty tough day on all accounts, both physically and mentally. Probably the first time we felt a bit of altitude sickness. So we were all glad to get to camp. Everyone was pretty quiet once we got here, to be honest with you. But spirits are quite high today. We've got a bit of an easier day today. We're going to be taking off on this Badger, which from this point is pretty vertical, but here it's all okay.
So we'll
we're
see
gonna get
people
ourselves up here.
scrambling up there.
We've only got about 4 or 5 kilometres to cover today, so it shouldn't be too bad. Nice easy day to make up for yesterday's difficulty. Yeah, all in good spirits.
Any comments, Kev?
No, it was a tough day yesterday. Tough day.
Yeah.
But,
How high did we get?
4,600 metres.
Yeah.
Which is
Climatised up there for an hour or so,
Yeah.
and then came down to camp at 3,900.
Yeah, it's where we are now. But feeling all right now.
You could feel the effects, can't you, up there?
Yeah, it's
like a lot of pressure on the head.
Yeah, it was quite,
Shortness of breath.
quite tough. Short of breath. But we'll see how today goes.
Nice.
I'm doing a video. Yeah.
Go.
Hello everyone. Currently underway with day 4.
Yep.
Yeah, day 4. Camped down there last night. Don't know the name of the camp.
Barranco.
Branco camp. And we've just taken on Branco Wall. It's not the best.
Can't see it very well from here.
But it basically just cliffs down there. Pretty technical climbing. You won't want to do it too quickly because you'll be out of breath. As Dad is suffering from.
Yeah, heavy breathing.
So poly. But nice technical climbing, nothing too bad. Guys are great. So
Would you say there's an equivalent in the UK?
Jake Drake. Scarfell and the what's it called? Langdales. Jake Drake. How do you find it, Elle?
Tough, very hot.
Yeah.
Very hot.
We had guides to help us, so it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
You could have done it on degrees. You could have done it on your own, but you'd have probably done it too quick and been out of breath. So
Yeah.
they slow you down.
They helped us out.
Good experience. Jack's just about to eat his flapjack. He must
28 Snickers bar.
Snickers. First Snickers of the day. Fueled by Snickers.
How many Snickers of the trip?
Well, I try to eat 3 a day during the walk, and then 3 in my tent at night.
If you want to sponsor.
Yeah.
I feel like
Nice. Nearly. See that mountain? Yeah. Whoa. What have we just done, Dad?
We've just completed the Barranco Wall, and it was pretty tough in terms of breathing, shortness of breath. It's hard to keep the breathing sensible because it's steep. Quite a lot of handhold climbing, but yeah, we're at the top now, so it gets a bit easier. And we've got the big Kili summit behind us there,
Eleanor eating sweets.
which we'll be doing in 2 days. It's a sunny day today, anyway.
Got the clouds there, and what's that mountain over there? Mount Meru. Meru. There it is. Max, wave.
So today, day 4, we've done the Barranco Wall. So we've gone from Barranco Camp, up the Barranco Wall, and then back down to Karanga Camp, where we are now. So the altitude, we started at 3950, and we've ended up here at 3950. Barranco Walls up was about 46. It was a steep climb.
Was it 4.6? I think it was a bit less than that.
Could have been. A steep climb.
You should know you're reading off the sheet.
It doesn't say. Yeah, it was a steep climb. It was quite technical. There were some areas where you had to use your hands. And the descent. There was quite a lot of descending as well, which was quite tough as well. Steep.
Yeah, a couple of slips.
Albeit it was allegedly a slightly easier day. It was pretty tough.
It was quite tough.
But we went up and came back down to camp here for lunchtime. So we've had lunch. Now we're in mid-afternoon. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. So we're just chilling out before tea.
Just taking our pills.
Taking our Dimox pills for the altitude sickness. Generally, everybody seems to be in reasonable shape in terms of the nobody's suffering from altitude sickness. A few weary limbs. So yes, it's pretty good. Some groups, some tours don't stop here. They go straight on to base camp, which is where we're going tomorrow. It's about a 4-hour walk tomorrow to base camp, where we'll stay tomorrow night. Some tours go straight there, so they don't do that day. But this is to help add an additional day and hopefully give us a bit more time to rest and acclimatization and be ready for the summit walk. So this is the tent I'm sharing with Adam.
What do we get? We get is it 2 inches thick mat?
Yeah, we get a mat, we get a sleeping bag.
We've rented sleeping bags, which I think are -20, or -20 Fahrenheit, or -29 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, pretty comfortable, to be fair. It is cold at night though. You're sort of dressed up in your wearing clothes, aren't you? You got your socks on.
Yeah, you got all your base layers.
Base layers and stuff.
It does get cold.
And
we get a duffel bag, day sack, shoes outside in the open area. I don't know if you can see it, but got the clouds out there, and then over there in the distance, I don't think you can see it, is Mount Meru,
I think.
Mount Meru.
It's the second largest mountain in Tanzania.
Yeah.
Maybe even Africa. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Okay.
Right, here we are at Barafu Camp, 4,673 metres. We camp here tonight. So this is what, 200 metres lower than Mont Blanc?
Yeah.
Around that, something like that. Adam, how are you feeling?
I feel okay actually. We went to 4,600 on day 3, was it?
Yeah.
And I don't know if anyone else did, but I just had like pounding pressure on my head. But like now I feel pretty fine up here.
Yeah.
The acclimatisation really helps.
Yeah. It definitely is harder walking around here, like. But I can't remember the name. So that's the second highest peak. That's 5,100 metres. Look at the view. Fucking so high. Come over here. This is Mount Meru. I don't know if you can actually see it on this camera. That's obviously where we came from, down there. And you can tell it's a lot more of a volcano, can't you, when you're up here?
It's like Tenerife.
Yeah. And tomorrow we walk up there, and then it switchbacks up the top to the glacier at the top, and then the summit over on the left. So early now, so it's what time is it now?
20 past 11.
20 past 11. So this is base camp. I think we have some lunch and then we just rest. And then after that, it's hot lunch, rest, sleep, get up, dinner, and then I think we wake up at like 11 PM for summit. It's an 8-hour trek up to the top. And then hopefully we have a day like today, because as you can see, blue skies. But like, look at the cloud, it is mental up here. So hopefully everyone's feeling good at the minute. So hopefully we get all 5 of us to the top.
Fingers crossed.
Kunywe maji mengi,
hakuna matata.
wageni wako poa,
Hakuna matata.
mawide ndo siseme,
Hakuna matata.
na jambo
Jambo bwana, habari gani? Mzuri sana. Wageni wakaribishwa Kilimanjaro. Hakuna matata.
pole pole,
Hakuna matata.
hava utapita,
Hakuna matata.
warango utalala,
Hakuna matata.
barafu utafika,
Hakuna matata.
uhuru utafika,
Hakuna matata.
na jambo
Jambo bwana, habari gani? Mzuri sana. Wageni wakaribishwa Kilimanjaro. Hakuna matata. Kata, 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 kata,
We are running, yeah.
So this is a week after the end, Kilimanjaro, something like that. We come for a bit of R&R in Portugal. So we're just a few reflections on the summit night, really, the summit day, which we've had very few pictures of, other than those that got to the top, and then just reflections on the trip, really. So in terms of the summit day, we had a fairly short walk, didn't we, in the morning to base camp, which is at 4,600 metres. It was about a 3-hour walk. We went 3 or 4 hour walk, went down and up to base camp, and that was a nightmare for me personally, because that's where I had this. I must have eaten something or something, but I had this terrible diarrhoea. I was
Brutally honest.
Yeah, and basically anything that was in me came out. So we got to base camp at 4-6 about lunchtime, and the idea was we ate. We got to base camp, had a little nap, then we ate, then we went to sleep again, didn't we? Because the idea was we got up at 11 o'clock at night to do the summit ascent. That was how it was due to work, wasn't it? Well,
you probably get at most 6 hours, and
Yeah.
that's if you slept for all the time that you'd get.
Yeah,
So
but
a 2-hour nap, then tea, and then 4 hours,
Yeah.
and then wake up to go.
yeah, the issue for me was I was stuffed full of Imodium. I just couldn't eat anything, so it wasn't great really. So, but we all got up. We were up for midnight, weren't we? To start the summit ascent. And personally, for me, it was tough. It was busy, and basically it was just a case of putting one foot in front of the other and churning away up the mountain, wasn't it? From 4,600 in the dark, with the head torches on.
It's pitch black, isn't it?
It was cold. We had pretty much all our summit gear on, didn't we? It was cold.
Yeah.
There was no wind though. We were lucky there. It was very little wind. It was actually there were good conditions actually for summiting, weren't they?
Yeah, it picked up higher up.
But from a personal perspective, I was struggling from the start, putting one foot in front of the other. I had to stop regularly, and it got to the stage where Adam was pushing me up the hill, weren't you guys?
Yeah. I think it felt like a good 400 metres of the ascent. I had my hand behind your back, pushing you up the rocks.
Yeah, and then I got to the
And
stage
I put my
where
poles out to the side as well to make sure he wasn't falling off.
I think I stumbled or something, and then the guides were taking a close interest in me by then, because obviously we had extra guides going to the top, and they're obviously looking out for stuff like this.
You look like a junk sailor.
I did. They'd already taken my bag, so I wasn't carrying my bag. I was just trying to push myself up. But and anyway, I got to the stage where I stopped for a rest. Everybody else went past to carry on up, apart from you, Adam. You waited, didn't you?
Yeah.
With me, and they took some readings, didn't they? And my they do health checks every day, morning and evening, to check how you are. My blood oxygen level was down to 66%, which was pretty low.
Yeah, if you looked at that online, anything below 70, they say is like a critical threat to life.
Yeah. 75 is the limit where they, and he was checking my heart rate as well, which he seemed to think wasn't where it should be, potentially. So I had to make a decision really, or the guide who was with me, Happy Good, his name was, fantastic guy.
Happy God.
Happy God.
Happy God.
Yeah.
You got his name wrong the whole week.
Happy God. He basically made the decision for me, or suggested. I think I knew at that point I wasn't going to make it.
Yeah.
So I did carry on for a bit further, and I did get a certificate to get to Stella Point, which was 5,600 metres. Although I do believe I didn't actually make Stella Point because I could see it in the distance. But I was over 5,000 metres,
Oh, easily over 5,000.
Well over 5,000. So
yeah,
it wasn't good for me, but and then I went back down. Abby took me back down. I did recover fairly quickly from that. But these guys got to the top, didn't you?
Yeah.
So how did that go?
Unbelievable experience. So we actually got there because it's that cold. You can't really wait around as such. You just got to keep going to an extent. A lot of people struggled, and it's such a long slog. So you're up at 11, and you don't get to the top until 6:30, and you just it's a bit chaotic, isn't it? The whole thing's a bit of a blur until you get to the top, and then when you realise you kind of get to Stellar Point, and then the sun start rising, and then it's pretty hard to sort of put into words how good it looks when you're up there. It's pretty amazing actually, and something that I'd have to suggest that you do yourself really. But again, and then once you're up there, it is really cold as well, so you don't actually want to spend too much time at the top. You can see the glacier, it's cold, it's busy trying to get a picture. Luckily we went at a time when it wasn't that busy to get the famous picture, but there has been talks where there's been 300 people deep and it takes an hour to get the picture, so we were quite fortunate at the time, but you wouldn't want to be spending too much time there because of how cold it is. Once you see the view of the sunrise, there's not really much you kind of want to get down, I think, to be honest with you. But the experience was definitely worth it.
How about you guys?
Yeah, the top. I think I got there. What? Maybe 45 minutes later. Than you guys.
Yeah, because you were waiting with me,
So
and then once they sorted me out and I was going, you carried on up, didn't you?
Got up on my own with the help of the guide and the porter. And yeah, I think up until for me and probably similar for them, up until about Stellar Point, it's basically just pitch black. You've got your head torch on, can't really see more than sort of 3-5 feet in front of you. And then once you get up to Stellar Point, that's kind of they've got another photo opportunity there. That almost feels like the summit, I think. And then from Stellar Point to, is it a Huru Peak?
Yeah,
that's
Max's certificate.
That kind of thing. It's still tough. It's still a good 45-minute walk, but it feels more like a victory lap, I thought. That's when you really start to take it in. The sun's nearly coming up. You can sort of see in front of you. You don't have to have your head torch anymore. And that's the sort of I think that's the moment where that walk is when you really start to take it in and you start to appreciate how high you are, because the sun's rising above all the clouds. You can't see anything else apart from Mount Meru,
Meru, yeah.
You can only see a mountain, and then everything else is just clouds and sunrise. But so yeah, that sort of last 45 minutes is quite breathtaking, and I think that's when people really start to sort of feel what they've done and what they've achieved. And then getting down was probably, I would say, almost as hard as getting up. It was an absolute hellbender on the legs.
Yeah, because we went down from the top, we went back to base camp at 4.6 and then down to 3.3, so we went down 2,000-3,000 metres, didn't we?
Yeah.
In the same day, so we started at midnight and then we finished at sort of 5 o'clock the following afternoon, didn't we?
It's 7 hours ascent, and then I think you do 9 hours back down in the same day.
Yeah.
So it's a good 16 hours worth of walking, and on the way, from the top, the first sort of 4 or 5 hours back down to base camp is just pure scree, essentially.
Screes, yeah.
So it's very unstable, and you've got the guides who are experts there practically running down, and everyone else is practically falling down the mountain. Yeah. So the poles came very useful on the way down.
Yeah, I think overall reflections on the whole trip. There were 12 of us in our group. We'd never met any of the other guys before. We all got on really well, didn't we? There were Americans, Spanish, Chinese guy, and we all got on really well, didn't we? By the end of the week, everyone was helping each other. But I think it was probably because of the guides and the porters team, Kandoo Adventures, who we went with. They were brilliant.
Yeah,
couldn't fault. what they did for us.
They got a lot of the members up to the top.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people who wouldn't have made it up without the guides.
Yeah.
And then even the people who were, you know, fit enough and could make up on their own, the support that they provided, and just like also the information and just the motivation that they gave was second to none, really. They really made the trip for me, I think.
Yeah, I think personally speaking, that for me, that was the biggest thing, but certainly something I'll never forget, the whole trip. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. And I don't care what we say, the whole thing's hard because it's not just the walking up, it's the camping, you're in the tent, you're at altitude, even just walking around the camp or trying to get from A to B takes you out of you, doesn't it? You know, you couldn't do anything very quickly. It was, and we were up at 6 every morning. It was the whole experience. There was no downtime really.
It's quite hard to explain because, like we were saying, you know, it's a 7-day hike, and really there's only 2 days where you sort of finish the day and you think like my legs are really, really sore. So you sort of think, well, was it that hard? But then it's hard to sort of explain. But like you said, you know, you're walking to the toilet and you're out of breath, and that effect is like you maybe don't quite realise it whilst it's happening.
It's constant, isn't it? And the tent. I mean, you know, okay, we had tents and good sleeping bags. They provided us with hot water bottles for the last 4 days. But trying to sleep on the hard ground in a tent, when it's cold and you got your clothes on, it's not easy.
And Dad's snoring, and
especially
waking
when
up.
that's the other thing for me was the Diamox. Everyone took these Diamox tablets to help with the altitude sickness, and it did help. Nobody really had suffered badly from the altitude sickness, but trouble for me was it cleaned me out every night. I had to go to the toilet 5 or 6 times every night for a week because I think the Diamox was just sort of clearing out the system. Yeah, what a trip. And I couldn't recommend it highly enough to anybody that was thinking of doing that.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing, isn't it? It is hard, but ultimately, everyone who went on the trip would probably say that they are glad they did it and would do it. Maybe not again, but it's definitely a once in a lifetime that I would recommend anyone to do if they feel like they have the capability to try and get up. And I don't think it's that challenging as such when you think about, yes, you obviously struggled, but like I say, the rate, I think the success rate's like 98%, 95% or whatever.
With Kandoo,
and they're so attentive to you and they want you to go up. So like when we went up, we pretty much had a guide for each, or helper. We had 6 guides and 3 porters, so 9 people for 12 members. Like if you were struggling with your bag, they took it off you, so they carried everyone's bags pretty much. Not everyone's, but most people's bags. Because they ultimately want you to get up there and have the best experience. So I think like if you were worried about maybe getting to the top, like looking at the people who we had 11 out of 12 get there, and ultimately you might have only struggled because you fell ill the day before. But again, I think there's no harm in giving it a go. Is there some of the people you see up there you'd be surprised that you made it up, but actually the whole experience, if you're willing to put a bit of graft in and go for it, then it's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I think that's our Kili adventure is over.
Yeah.
So we're going to sign off, and then next year we'll maybe do something else. Something not quite as hard.
For space camp.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's an offer, isn't it? So
yeah, we'll see.
Good.
Bye for now.